Results of the tribal court. Next. So it started out with the Usos out there, and then they got interrupted by Paul Heyman, and you know all that. My name is Paul Heyman, and I am special counsel for the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns. And then the Usos, they said, please, just please shut your mouth, which was kind of funny. And then Paul Heyman is like, um, it's only one person in WWE that'll ever tell me to stop talking. And then Solo grabbed the microphone. He covered up Paul's microphone and he grabbed it from him and then he threw it. And it was funny. After that, Mom, she was like, is Roman Reigns coming? I said, I don't know, maybe. And then boom, his music hit. So it was like right on target. And then Roman Reigns came out there and then he was like, I got pinned, but I am still the tribal chief. He said, who? Obviously before that he did acknowledge me, obviously, right? Then he was like, who had the authority to set up this tribal court? I didn't call for it. Who had the authority to call for it? I was like, oh my goodness, is The Rock gonna come out? It didn't happen, by the way. Um, but Roman Reigns just kept talking, and then the Usos they just said, just look at Exhibit A. So then they showed Exhibit A, and it was just all of like Roman Reigns' like worst moments, like all his like brutal, mean moments to the Usos. And then when it came back, Roman was like, "So you put together a compilation of all my worst moments, huh?" It was funny. He said I was forced to be lower than I really am and all this. He said, "You know what?" And he just kept talking for the longest time, and then talking about, "Oh, you know, I'm taking on the bearing and all this." And then he goes, "You know what?" He said, "If it's this hard to be the tribal chief, then I don't even want it anymore." And then he basically anointed Jey to be the tribal chief now, apparently. He goes down to his knees, and the words of Tom and Jerry, don't you believe it? Because, again, another low blow. Low blows have been a part of this storyline since the beginning, in 2020. And then it just obviously turned into a fight. And then Solo got involved, and then Solo was gonna pick up what do they call it? I forget what they call that, what they have around their neck. I forget what they call that. And then Roman Reigns, he was just looking at Solo almost like he didn't want, because Roman, it's been obvious on more than one occasion, he doesn't want Solo to be the tribal chief. So he got up, and then the way Roman Reigns was looking, then he stood up and he was like, I want that. And Solo would not give it to him. Solo would not give it to him. I'm telling you that. Then Jey got back involved with the fight. Boom. And then Solo laid Jey out again with The Rock's finisher, the Rock Bottom. Mm-mm. Do I even have to say anything? Then they tied up Jey and they basically forced him to watch the beatdown on Jimmy. And then Jey finally winded up freeing himself and then jumped right back on Roman Reigns. But then Solo got back involved, hit the spike. And then they put they put Jimmy on the table. And then this time Solo unfortunately successfully did the splash through the table. And yeah, then the ambulance took out um when it came back from commercial, the ambulance took away Jimmy. So yeah, that's what happened with that. The ambulance took away Jimmy, and yeah, that's what happened with that. It was Edge versus Grayson Waller because earlier in the night there was the Grayson Waller effect with Edge on it, and you know it winded up turning into a match for later on in the night. It was like sink or swim, as Edge said. So then, I mean, I don't know. Edge, makes funny quotes sometimes. He said you can either sink or you can swim. And then for the match, Grayson Waller had some cool moves. He kind of did an inverted version of a kill switch by Christian. which the audience pointed out, or the unprettier as they also called it. Um, but yeah, Grayson Waller had a few moves, but Edge, it was all over once Edge hit the execution 1-2 kick out though, and then right after that, then Edge was going for a spear. Waller rolled out of the ring, then jumped right back in the ring for some sort of like rolling stunner or something, and got speared 1, 2, 3. Yes, Edge did not lose to Grayson Waller, thankfully. But yeah, that's it for that. Oh yeah, before we leave, it was also kind of funny because at the end Edge grabbed the mic and he said, "Hey Waller, you swam." And then he threw the mic and then walked out. It was kind of cool. But now it's time for the main part of the night. Then after that, it was did wind up being announced that Jey Uso, not Jimmy, the one that broke his neck, or whatever got injured. Jey, said Jey has made his way back to the building, right? That's what they said. So with that being the case, it's like, oh boy, what's gonna go down? Then Paul Heyman goes and reports it to Roman. Then Roman said, and he also told Roman, he said to be looking for you. And then Roman said, well, okay. He said, I'll be in the ring. I'll be in the ring waiting for him, so he won't have to look long, right? So then Roman Reigns for the second time in the night, acknowledge me, Madison Square Garden, right? Then Jey interrupts, of course, and then guess what happens? Of course, it turns into a brawl. But oh yeah, before that, Jey actually entered through the crowd. I don't know if he was trying to be funny in like Roman Shield days or something. Was he trying to go there with it? I don't know. But maybe he was. Then that is when it turned into a brawl. Um, then it winded up. Then after that, then Jey, first Roman told him, he was like, go, go. Jey didn't go. He winded up grabbing a chair. He hit Roman with the chair and then hit him over the back one good time with the chair. Well, actually maybe a couple good times. And then he got Solo. Then Roman Reigns left Solo behind to get beat with the chair. And then Jey picked up the microphone and had the title in his hand and he said, I challenge you, and you better accept my challenge. It's pretty wild. But yes, peeps, Jey Uso has challenged Roman Reigns again. Jey knows better, man. He knows better. Roman Roman Reigns has squashed Jey Uso more than once. Jey Uso has two heavy losses to Roman Reigns, but he also has two wins over Roman Reigns. Remember, the first time he was ever pinned in WWE was by Jey Uso, 2013, or 14, something like that. No, it was 13. And then most recently, right? That's twice, and he probably has beaten him more than that. But those are the two times I can quote. And then Roman Reigns has squashed him, more than once. But the two times I can quote was 2020. Night of Champions 2020 and then the Cell 2020. So, I don't know, man. But they were both very brutal matches, especially the Cell, especially that. It was very brutal. But yeah, so Jade knows better than to challenge Roman Reigns in 2023, man. But we'll see. If Jay pulls it off, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. But because we talked about a rumor that says Roman Reigns is still supposed to be champion at the end of the year. But yeah, that's it for this video, peeps. Peace out, peeps.